Okay, so I want to tell a little story about this thing that happened one time when I was younger with my car. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, I've owned five vehicles in my life, and the first car I ever had was a 1998 Dodge Stratus. 99 Stratus, I'm sorry. About the most piece of shit car ever. I mean, Dodge is definitely up there for just cheap piece of shit car companies. Like, they got some good cars on the high end. Like the Dodge Charger is a beautiful car. The Viper is, I wish. But the lower end of Dodge vehicles are total crap. Especially the Stratus. And this car was a piece of shit in general. And it didn't help that I beat the shit out of it every single day and ran it to the ground in less than 2 years. Right? I got this car with like 40 something thousand miles on it. And in 2 years it was toast. But I wasn't happy because the car wasn't fast enough. I wanted a fast car. Of course, I couldn't afford one because I was just an 18-year-old kid. But I started looking up ways to make your car faster. And again, I couldn't afford any real modifications to the car, which could cost thousands of dollars. So I'm looking for some kind of shortcut. And I start hearing this shit that if you get a big muffler in your car, it makes it faster. And I didn't understand that it's not just a muffler. You have to change your whole engine, your intake system, everything. A muffler alone will not make your car faster. It'll add maybe a few horsepower, 5 horsepower or something. Not even enough to notice a difference. But my dumbass believes this, so I go to this shop, right? This custom car shop. And I'm like, I want to make my car fast. Give me like a big muffler. And the guy in the shop is probably like, this kid's a fucking retard. Like, that's not going to make your car faster. And I think he was honest and he told me that too. He's like, kid, it's just cosmetic. It's not going to do anything to the car. I'm like, well, okay, it'll actually look kind of cool. Fuck it. So I spent like $300 to put this huge ass muffler, right? One of those big, wide mufflers on the back of my car. And I was hoping the guy was lying or something, and suddenly it would turn into this like super fast sports car. No. All it ended up doing was giving me the same exact performance by making my car extremely loud. Right? I mean, this car sounded like a fucking motorcycle when I would drive it. Yeah, it was that loud. It was so loud that my neighbors would complain about it, right? And I'm not talking about like my next door neighbors. I mean, my neighbors like 2 blocks away. Somehow everybody knew this was me because I was the only person in the neighborhood with a car that loud. This is not, a sports car type of neighborhood, custom cars, motorcycles. This was like BMWs, minivans, family cars. There weren't a lot of like real noisy vehicles in my neighborhood. So everyone knew exactly who it was. When I would speed by at 3 o'clock in the morning, it would literally wake up my neighbors. Yeah. And even my brother's friends would complain because they knew it was me too. And they're like, yo, can you tell your fucking brother to get rid of that stupid ass muffler on his car? That shit flew by my house at like 3 a.m. yesterday and woke me up. I'm sick of that thing waking me up all the time. And my brother just throws up his hands like, it's his car. What the fuck do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Just remove it when he's not looking? I mean, what? And my friends knew I was coming. They told me they could hear me from blocks and blocks away. I'm like a fucking quarter mile away from their house. And they're like, yeah, I heard you coming. Like, that fucking muffler, dude. That thing is loud as hell. I'm like, yeah, I know. But yeah, that was the story of my cheap attempt to make my car faster through shortcuts, which obviously didn't work. Thought I was making my car faster by putting a giant muffler on the back, and all it did was make it unbearably noisy for everybody. What a muffler. What a fucking muffler.